From apes to farmers. The history of humankind is rooted in a part of the animal kingdom that includes monkeys, apes, and other primates. It took millions of years of evolution, over countless generations, for ape-like ancestors to become modern Homo sapiens. Scientific evidence links all humans to apes, specifically. Chimpanzees are our closest non-human relatives, and DNA, the ultimate bloodline indicator, suggests that we separated from a common ancestor some 6.5 million years ago. Indeed, humans are apes, albeit in an upright, naked form. Monkeys, apes, and humans are primates that have a large brain, grasping digits, forward-facing eyes, and nails. Instead of claws, fossilized remains of animals that lived in the distant past provide tantalizing evidence of just how apes became modern humans. Skeletons turn into fossils when they become mineralized into rock. Process that usually takes at least 10,000 years. Fossilized remains are usually fragmentary, but an expertise in anatomy helps scientists use the fossil record to reconstruct extinct species. Fossils can also be dated, so scientists can build up a chronology of evolutionary change. For example, African fossils of a primate called Proconsul, dated to 21 to 14 year, resembled a monkey, but it lacked a tail, a feature more typical of apes, suggesting that Proconsul could have been the earliest known member of the ape family, hominids and hominins. Modern great apes, gorillas, orangutans, and chimpanzees, humans, and their prehistoric relatives are united in a biological family called hominids. As well as lacking a tail, they have bigger brains than their monkey ancestors. This meant that many prehistoric hominids doubtless used tools to forage for food, just as chimpanzees do today. Great apes also became bigger than monkeys, and many spent more time on the ground. One group evolved to walk on two legs, which freed grasping hands for other tasks. This group, called hominins, includes humans and their immediate ancestors, and dates back at least 6.0 million years to the species Aurantuganensis, a very early bipedal hominin, found in Kenya. The first humans.
4 Steps to Forgiveness.
Not all
by
hominins
William
were direct
Fergus
ancestors
Martin.
of living
When
people,
you forgive, you win.
but at least one branch of the
Forgiveness is the power
genus
to choose how things
Australopithecus
affect
might
you.
have been
Forgiveness
belonging
is
to the
choosing to be
genus
happy.
Homo. The first
Forgiveness is
humans were
simply
fully
freeing
bipedal,
ourselves from wanting
with
to
arched
punish.
feet that no
We
longer had
experience what
opposable
we
grasping
intend for
toes
others.
and an S-shaped
Fear
spine
is
centered
wisdom
above
as
a
a
wide
child.
pelvis.
Forgiveness
Such
is always
adaptations
possible,
help them
but
run quickly
reconciliation
on
is
open
not
ground.
always possible.
The earliest species
Forgiveness
Homo
gives us the
habilis,
freedom to
from
stay and the freedom
2.4
to walk
MYA,
away.
may have the rise of modern humans. Even before the emergence of modern humans, Homo sapiens, almost 300,000 year, hominins had developed the traits that would make them a dominating force on the planet. From just under 1 MYA, hominins were controlling fire for cooking and later to help with manufacturing processes. But with Homo sapiens came a more complex culture. Archaeological evidence indicates that these modern humans dispersed widely from their center of origin in Africa before 200,000 year, remained in Africa, but we know that later other Homo species dispersed widely across Eurasia. The rise of Homo sapiens, only one species of human Homo sapiens came to dominate the world after emerging from Africa about 250,000 years ago. Remarkably, brain capacity doubled between Homo habilis and Homo sapiens. Bigger brain power meant that humans could skillfully manipulate the environment and resources around them, ultimately leading to the emergence of complex cultures and technologies. For much of its time, Homo sapiens coexisted with other human species. In Ice Age Eurasia, chunky-bodied Neanderthals, Homo neanderthalis, successfully lived in a range of environmental conditions, developing their own advanced cultures. But the world's climate became especially unsuitable, and only Homo sapiens prevailed. They spread further, reaching Australia by 65,000 year and South America possibly by 18,500 year. Evidently, Homo sapiens had the social structures to succeed in ways that their competitors could not. The first modern humans were efficient hunter-gatherers, inventing new technologies that helped them acquire more food and travel further. This meant that they thrived in many different places, from the frozen Arctic to the hot tropics, then, within the last 20,000 years, all around the world. Modern humans began to abandon their nomadic ways in favor of fixed settlements, turning their skills to farming the land, supporting bigger societies, and ultimately setting the seeds of civilization itself. The first humans. The human story began in Africa 7 or 6 million years ago. Through the fossil record of this vast continent, we can draw a complex family tree of human relatives of which our species, Homo sapiens, is the last to survive. We have fossil evidence for the existence of about 20 different species of African hominin, members of the human lineage that diverged from that of chimpanzees 7 to 10 million years ago. Each has been assigned to a biological group or genus, but the relationships between the groups and species are still debated. Only certain hominins were the ancestors of modern humans. Others, such as the Paranthropa species, may represent evolutionary dead ends. Human evolution was not an inevitable, linear progression from apes. Some of our ancestors developed adaptations in different combinations that would ultimately mark out modern humans. Perhaps most notably, a larger brain enabled complex thought and behavior, including the development of stone tool technologies, while walking on two legs became the main form of locomotion. The earliest fossils assigned to our species dated to around 300,000 years ago, were found in Morocco, but other early specimens have been found widely dispersed across Africa. This has led scientists to believe that the evolution of modern humans probably happened on a continental scale. The first human-like apes, 7 to 5.5 million. The sparse record of the earliest hominins, Sahelanthropus and Agrarian, shows that although they had shorter faces and smaller teeth, they had brains no larger than those of chimpanzees. The sole Sahelanthropus skull was discovered in Chad, far removed from other hominin sites in eastern and southern Africa. Fossils of both Agrarian and Ardipithecus cadaver are thought to exhibit features linked to developing two-legged locomotion. Early hominin migration. Archaeological evidence from Asia and Europe suggests that by about 2 million years ago, hominins had begun to leave Africa for the first time, long before Homo sapiens began to disperse. CPP 1617. Experts once assumed that the migration corresponded with the appearance of Homo ergaster, but older species might have been the pioneers. A 1.7 million year old fossil found in Dmanisi, Georgia, resembles the earlier Homo habilis, the earliest known hominin fossils from Southeast Asia are of Homo erectus, an Asian variant of Homo ergaster, found on the island of Java and dating to 1.8 million years ago. Stone tools from the Niwan Basin, China, date to 1.6 million years ago. Two sites in Spain's Sierra de Top Huerca show that hominins had reached Western Europe by 1.2 million years ago.